opportunity to work with the kawakawa leaves, and in this particular place it was my grandmother. She was elderly, she had swollen legs, and to help to bring the swelling down, I put what they call a kawakawa pulse on her leg, and I will just show you how that was done and improvise. I borrowed the school teapot to improvise as an electric jug. I would boil the jug of water, I boil that jug of water, put the kawakawa leaves, and as you heard me read, the ones with the holes in like that are the best to help bring down the swelling in this particular case.
So you pick this one, but you wouldn't pick this one?
You wouldn't pick that one. No.
The insects know which one's the best.
That's right. That's right. I would place them in a container, then pour the hot water in from the jug here, pour it on there. And I brought a doll along just to pretend that it's my grandmother's leg. I would then take the leaves out and the underside, because that's the side that draws all the swelling or the toxins out of the body, put it on her leg like that. Then put a piece of a paper napkin around there. Then you put glad wrap. You then put a small towel around there, heat a wet bag or a hot water bottle, and you sit that on there for about 10 minutes. When the 10 minutes is up, or by that time, you can, because your leg is up, you can watch television, read a book, do your homework, if you're home with a swollen leg, waiting for the 10 minutes. And when you take all those outer coverings off, and you remove the leaf from the leg, it's black, and it pulls the toxins out of the where the swelling is, and opens up the pores, and whatever has caused the leg to swell will be evident on that leg. When you finish with that, you then dispose of everything. And for me, I was told to just take them into the garden and bury them, and in time they would break down and just return to fertilizer. Sorry children, I missed that. Before I go to the tree, I have a karakia, and thank the tree for its life, and ask that its healing purposes will transfer to healing my grandmother and reducing the swelling in her leg.
And kawakawa not only is an ointment, but it is also a medicine that you can drink for kidney problems, bladder problems, blood purifier. In fact, it's one of the most rich plant with the more healing properties for all the different sicknesses that people have. So when the kawakawa leaf is boiled, after a few minutes, and you let it sit, and it comes out looking like very weak tea. And you can put it in a bottle or container and keep it there for months. And drink it every time you feel unwell or you want to boost. Yeah, so it has one of the most healing properties of any that I would try the Māori medicine, Māori rongoa. So every day I would pick a handful of leaves from my tree that was growing outside my house, and I would put it into a pot with a cup of water, and I would boil it for about 5 minutes, take it off the fire and cool it, put it in the fridge, and I used to drink a quarter cup of it a day. After about 2 years of doing that, of taking this rongoa, I got rid of what they call nephritis, which is a kidney disease, and it hasn't come back. Yeah, so that's the properties that this tree has. But not only would it heal kidney complaints, it's a little bit like the kawakawa. It can be used for many other illnesses as well.
koe with a hope. Kei konei tapu mama ko pinipare wairau e haere ki tēnei wāhi in the 1930s. She lived next to Tuahuru and walked here to come to school. As big as you fellas are. And on her way to school here, they picked kai moana for their lunch. And in those times, when they got here, they had to speak just like I'm speaking right now because they got a strap. It's kōrero whānau, it's kōrero tuturu, it's kōrero Māori. The immediate area, the land where this school is situated is called Whakarewa. Somehow I belong to the land in it. My mother grew up next to Tuahuru Marae, and she married a European man called George Hammond. And they moved and they lived in the railway houses at Hokuwawhara around Kaiwai Tow Road. And that was my whole world. I never affiliated to this area. To many of your grandparents, or even many of your parents. Most of your parents would be probably nieces and nephews. Which I won't know from a bar, so. Now, what I saw, to get over any formalities, I didn't see a lemon right there. Okay. Here is his own whakapapa, eh? He comes straight from here, Matuwata Kuri. Tāne te wānui o Tāne has all the rākau. Kawa comes from God himself. He comes as the start and the end, because he belongs by himself. And just by Te Mahia atua, I live by magic. Because it's magic that got us here, in this world, kept us here, and maybe we can stay a bit longer. Our people had stone and pounamu tuki. These I use, and I used them bare feet to add to wood. I was going to bring some talk today actually, and these are mythology there. I can't cut my feet because I know where they are. And my hand here locks it in. It's not going to go anywhere else. I'll cut my foot if I want to cut my foot. And I went to school 10 years ago to learn how to do this stuff that my people did hundreds of years ago, to make me feel better about being on this world. They grew into us today. We are them. So the best thing I can do is try and carry on what our people did before us, using whatever modern materials I can. This to me is the handle of this. But I've made it into a tiki wānanga, which is in the form of it's called a God stick. It's a receptacle, which I will poke this in the ground here, and it will mark the spot of the boundary, don't come past. No electric fences, no signs. And I would be over here carving away another one little I don't want the uninvited people to come in around this dangerous area and lift any tapu I might have on me and on my carving that I'm doing. Tapu is to do with speciality. Be careful. Nor is to do with it's all right, touch it. Within the rākau and the Rongoa, with us being well with all our medicines from the bush, we still got to defend ourselves from the people who want to take it all from us. We had a minute amount we had lots of weapons. This could have been one, it's called a wahaika, normally made out of pounamu, whale bone. That's whale oil I did pass around, but I don't know about passing it to the little people. I mixed the whale oil with tumoaki, headmaster. What? I mixed the whale oil with, and I put it on the rākau.